everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, and we are back with Bairdbeam. Today, we're going to continue on the main story. So we're going to travel to the entrance of Woodhurst in the Stone Demes. Stone Demes. Woodhurst. Gaphold. Okay. We've got to go that way. Not what I wanted. Get out of here. How do I get out of here? We're in Stoke. Here we go. If I follow this... They've got literal orcs on their doorsteps right here. Ow. Don't set me on fire. Stop it. Is he still after me? Durham. Really, you are still after me. Alright, we're gonna go up this way. I don't want to go into Barad-dûrem. I'd like to go over here. Do do do. Do 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 do. Alright, we're in the Stone Demes. Man, that's a beautiful shot up there. The Roaring Hills. We just go straight, we follow this road. I think that's it right there. And this is beautiful over here. Bum 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 bum. Hello. We've arrived at Woodhurst in the Stone Demes. Talk to Nona.
This looks like any other village of the Horse Lords to me.
Horn tells me this town is home to many people of Dunlington and Rohirric blood. Do they maintain the traditions both of my people and of Horn's people? Or have they forgotten from where they came in order to survive in this land? I do not see much I recognize of the Ukluth in this town. The buildings are Ron, the land is Ron. Will the people prove otherwise?
So near to Dunland, many of the folk of this town share ancestry with the Dunlanding tribes.
This is Woodhurst. I have desired to see it for some time. So near to Dunland, many of the folk of this town share ancestry with the Dunlington tribes. Perhaps Nona and I will be able to find a place here when all is through. That is still a good while hence, I do not doubt it, but my heart tells me that Woodhurst would be more welcoming to us than my own home of Eowyrth. Well, we have more pressing matters than this. Let us find Reeve Harrimond and report to him of the dangers his town may face. In the hideout? Talk to Bryant in the hideout on the outskirts of Woodhurst. In here? It shows right there. There was nothing in there. It's around the corner. Nope. Oh, the basement, maybe? Ah.
The blood of the hill tribes flows through me, but they are no longer my people.
You are welcome in Woodhurst, but you do not see her at her best. My husband has finally succumbed to death, but I cannot properly mourn for him. I must mourn too for our city, for it is held in the grip of Dunlington invaders. The blood of the hill tribes flows through my veins, but they are no longer my people. When I wed Harrimond and came to live in this land, and when I gave him a son, then I was no longer of my tribe. I was part of a new tribe. Bryant's eyes flash, and you see a fire in them that reminds you of Nona. Those who hold the mead hall and bring war to my home may share my blood, but they spill the blood of those I love. Now we are enemies. You have my thanks for this warning you bring, but Woodhurst is already imperiled. What is one more thread upon the pile of many? Speak to my son Heribrand. He rules now in place of his father. I will answer any questions of yours I am able. Ah.
You wish to help? Good.
There are not enough folk willing to help with the problems of others in these trying times. My son Herifara is doing all he can, but as am I, but we cannot be everywhere. There will always be somewhere we are not. You may not know much of these invaders, but I do. They are called the Dreg Luth, and they worship worms and lizards of all sorts, but their loyalty has been bought by Saruman, and they go where he commands. Defeat these Dunlington invaders wherever you find them throughout the Stone Deans. You will find the Dregluth aplenty in Woodhurst, to my sorrow and my mother's. Okay, I can do this. So it's literally like anywhere in here? I mean, this place doesn't look like it is. Ah, okay. There we go, 2 of them right there. Backpack. This is really weird, like... Here, this will be 8. Nine and 10. Okay, we've done it. Back to Herobrand in the hideout on the outskirts of Woodhurst. Back to where we found him in the first place. I mean, this is a beautiful city, but it looks like it's not overrun in some parts.
I am afraid of what is happening to these lands.
I don't know why they're in their hideout. I mean, they even got a guy working outside. It's kind of weird.
The Dunlendings cannot defeat us, me and my son. We are invincible.
You have done well, my friend. Soon this land will be free of their clutches. My son and I will do what we can against the Dragluth, for they cannot defeat us. Herobrand smiles at your puzzled expression. I speak not in riddles, Bairdbeam, and do not exaggerate my prowess for that of my heir. The Dunlendings cannot defeat us. We are invincible. Oh, yeah, right.
It is true. An old soothsayer lives among the mounds and speaks words of prophecy.
She has foretold that I will die at Orcish hand, as will my firstborn son. Herobrand laughs boisterously. Never before has knowledge of coming death been so welcome, Bairdbeam, for if it be my fate to die at Orcish hand, well, no Dunlingden will be able to land a hand upon me. Thus far it has proven so. Speak to your companions, and if they agree to the journey, I will bring you before the soothsayer Hildegard. Perhaps she will read your fate as well. Interesting. I'd like to talk to this soothsayer.
Herobrand is a fool to believe the words of this soothsayer.
A soothsayer? Such mystics never speak plain, but deal in riddles to confuse the weak-minded. Herobrand is a fool to believe the words of this Hildegard. I will go with you to this cave if Nona desires it, but I beg of you, do not put too much stock in the words of the soothsayer. There are many mysteries in the world, but I think it is likely this Hildegard is merely a woman with an addled mind. The soothsayer will speak in riddles and lies. Mark my words well, for they tell the future. Pah.
A soothsayer lives in this land? I am filled with delight.
Such folk truly possess the power of foretelling the fates. Do you remember the dream that drew us across the mountains? We could not fathom its meaning, but a soothsayer such as the one of which Herobrand speaks is more skilled at reading such visions than the likes of us. Return to Herobrand and humbly beg him to bring us before the soothsayer. She could tell us much. That's funny. They both have different takes on the soothsayer.
Let us see what Hildegard has to say of your own future.
Rubbish
prepared.
and nonsense. Herobrand may believe the words of this soothsayer, but I will not fall for her trickery.
We've arrived, Bearbeam. Hildegard is sight of many things still to come, and the source of her power is unknown to me. Many of my kinsmen call it witchcraft, sorcery such as that practiced by the elves, but I say Hildegard was a woman of Rohan and remains so. Speak to her with courtesy. Mind your feet, she is accustomed to the dark, as we are not. Remember, friends, be courteous. Hildegard, I have returned. Am I welcome? Ah, young Herobrand, you are welcome at any time. Your visit brightened these dark days. I'm not alone, Hildegard. You bring your son, Hrefa? He speaks sparingly, but he too is welcome. No, I bring friends from afar. Ah, let them approach and introduce themselves. You give Hildegard your name and she nods. It is a pleasure to meet you, friend of Herobrand. Many are the roads you have walked to get here, and many more you will walk before you are at last given rest. Much that you have done is already known to me. But there is much ahead of you I cannot see. May I ask what adventuring discipline you call your own? I'm a lore master and seek wisdom. Hildegard looks at you silently, the corner of her mouth turned upwards with amusement. That is all. I see that you know wisdom. It is unseemly to boast. Study the mysteries, master of lore, and you will find knowledge. It waits for you under sun and moon and stars, even as evil beckons. What is your name, doubting one? Your discourtesy shames you, Horn. I did not bring you before Hildegard so you might insult the woman. Worry not, Herobrand. I am not offended by disbelief. Beardbeam, do you believe in my gift? Uh-oh. I do not know if it is a gift. You see much, Beardbeam. Few folk understand the truth of it. Is it a gift to know what comes, or is it a burden? I cannot choose what I see, and often it fills me with fear and sorrow. But it is a gift, Hildegard. With this sight, I could set many things aright. Come here, girl. What is it, Hildegard? You kindle, child. She burns with the heat of battle. Be silent, foolish man. I have battles to fight. They will not wait. It will be some time yet. That is the way of it. This woman speaks in riddles and rubbish, Beardbeam. If she has knowledge of days to come, why does she not spell it for us plain? Were she to do that, perhaps I would give her my belief, but until then I remain unconvinced. You say you can see the events of days to come. Tell me what awaits me, and prove your claim is true. I cannot say. I thought as much. There is no straight path through this life. Have you heard the tale of Burgundy, Doubting One? Of course, all children of Rohan have heard it. I have sung the tale myself 12 times at the least. Do you believe it? I will not be tricked by this woman. I will wait for you outside. Horn. Horn, wait. I cannot believe Horn would act this way, Bairdbeam. As he closed his eyes to everything we have experienced on this journey, he shares the maddening outlook of his people. Solvuk will not understand him. Nona clenches her fists and tosses her hair in frustration. We cannot choose to whom we give our hearts, Bairdbeam. That is our lot, but I might have chosen one less stubborn. From out of all the kingdoms of men, I see a great battle. Hildegard, what is it? A vast army marches outside the walls. I see a white horse penned by shadows. Your love lies upon the broken ground, his shield shattered. Horn. What else do you see? I see death. No. The list of the dead is long. The minstrels mourn. Hildegard, what can we do? Soothsayer Hildegard stands upright, staring forward sightlessly. She still breathes, but she no longer appears to see either you or Nona. Bairdbeam, what can we do? If Hildegard speaks the truth, it means Horn will fall in battle. A good death for any warrior, but he is not just any warrior, Bairdbeam. He is mine, and it is not glory he seeks. I know this to be true. I will keep Horn from meeting his end. Others have fought their fates. Why not Nona, daughter of Silvuk, sister of Wadu? You will help me in this, Bairdbeam. You will say none of this to Horn. Do you understand? Uh-oh. I hope Horn doesn't die.
We must do something. I need time to think.
Hildegard is as powerful as I had hoped, and now I wish that she was not. Her words give shape to a grim tomorrow, and I do not want to believe it will come to pass. Am I to lose Horn as I lost my brother?
Rubbish and lies.
The words of that woman prey on the fears and hopes of all who listen to her. Herobrand is a fool if he believes himself to be invincible on account of Hildegard's witless ramblings. I cannot believe Nona sets any stock upon the words of this woman. She has my heart always, but I am saddened by her belief in this nonsense. Interesting. So we've got to save Horn. It sounds like a large army marching at the walls. Sounds like Helm's Deep, to be honest.
Now do you understand?
Hildegard has unusual powers, and she speaks of the future with a convincing tongue. I have no doubt that I will cast the Dunlending invaders from Woodhurst, for none of them can hope to slay me or my son. If my death be at Orcish hand, then no man can hope to harm me.
Travel south to Brockbridge and meet with my son, Herefara.
I sent my son Herefara south to the town of Brockbridge, for the bridge over that span is of great strategic importance. He was to help Thane Lofrith keep that point secure for the Thane. Well, some say his last days are nearly here. My son is strong and will help Lofrith defend the span. Travel south to Brockbridge and meet with my son. He will know how best you and your companions can help. Okay. What's this? Defeat Dunlendings. Alright, Brockbridge. Just straight down. Can I take... Go out this way. Look at that bridge right there, that's cool. Oh, that's probably where we're going. Bum 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 bum. Do, 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 do. All right, let's get over here. I really like these flowers in here. The yellow and orange and reds. Paints a cool picture. You've arrived at Brockbridge and should now find Herafa.
I'm afraid of what is happening to these lands.
A Dunlending raiding party has crossed the mountains.
My father sent you to me. I am pleased he did so, but I must confess that your abilities might be more needed elsewhere. My men report that something terrible has happened at the ford of the Eisen, and no one seems able to give a clear account. Men are scattered all over the Westfold, and rumors of battle abound. Stay not at Brockbridge. Someone must learn what has befallen in the Westfold. Some say that the king himself is embroiled in the fighting, may have ridden to Helm's Deep. A raiding party of Dunlendings has crossed the mountains, and they strike from cover of darkness. Their delight in killing the innocent is unrivaled. Their mark is a winged talon, and the fear of them has spread like fire in the brush. I hope to stand against them, but I have been unable yet to find them. They strike and then disappear as if they wield some skill born of magic. Before you leave, go to the mead hall and speak with the Thane. Theofrith is very weak, and the strain of rule has taken a heavy toll on his strength. It is a courteous thing to do. My father Herebrand believes I rule in Brockbridge, and perhaps it seems so in action, but I would not presume to tread upon the authority of the Thane. Okay. This the mead hall? It has to be. Central building. Wow, you guys got the fences up, huh?
You come from Edoras. What news?
Theofrith is very weak and cannot speak above a whisper. You come from Edoras. What news? You tell the Thane that the king has ridden to the Isengard to wage war against Saruman's forces, and Theofrith's face slowly forms a rictus grin. Good, good. That is the strength I remember. My son, Hamma, surely rides with the king. He is his most loyal. Theofrith's voice fades into nothing and his eyes seem far away. You nearly turn away when his eyes close, but then he speaks once more. Help the king. The Rittermark must not fall. The Aerlingus will. You respectfully wait for more, but the Thane is lost in his own thoughts and no longer sees you. Poor guy. Find Nona and Horn. Let me out! There's Cordon, too.
I know the mark of the Winged Talon. That is the sign of the Falcon clan.
They became enemies of my people when they accepted the coin of Saruman. They are enemies of yours as well, and of Horn's people. Herfara says he has not been able to track their riding party. That is because he is the son of a horse lord and does not know the ways of the wild. He is at home on the open fields, but the people of the Falcon are familiar with the high crag and the pass of the mountains. Lou Brennan can lead his people wherever he will, and Herfara will never find him. But I will. I can move silently and swiftly, and I can find the tracks no horse lord would recognize. We must part again, Bairdbeam, for a time. I will see you again when the Falcon Clan raiders have been defeated, but I cannot allow them to roam free unopposed. I must do this while I'm still able. No others can.
You spoke of the Falcon Clan to me not long after we first met.
I cannot deny their crimes, nor their evil, but I wish there was some other who could find them. Nona believes none other could track them, but surely their leader will make some error or some mistake that will lead to this downfall. No, you speak wisdom. If even one innocent life could be spared, it would be folly not to act. Nona believes she can find the Falcon Clan raiding party, and I think she is right. But I will not leave her again. This is a journey we will make together. I hope you understand, Bairdbeam. I will see you again in battle, but I cannot abandon Nona to this battle.
Horn wishes to go with Nona on her search for the Falcon Clan.
And I cannot blame him. He believed he could set his love aside while they were apart, but it seems to my eyes that proved incorrect. Rather than send his heart away with her, he would rather walk beside her on her own journey until its conclusion. Of all the strange things that have been done for love, this is perhaps the least peculiar. A desire to not be apart. He charged me with one task in his absence. He wanted me to look after you, Bairdbeam. As we continue southward into the Westfold in search of the king, I am to ensure you do not endanger yourself unnecessarily. I told him I would do my best. Our farewells have been said. When you are prepared to go, let us make for Helm's Deep in the Westfold. Horn says that is where the king would ride if his march to war ran afoul of danger unexpected. Ooh, we're going to Helm's Deep? Alright, sick, man. Can't wait to see what Helm's Deep looks like, to be honest. It's gonna be sick. An orc walking up there, no biggie. We'll go around this place because that place looks scary. I don't think that's owned by a horse lord. What the heck? Kind of monstrous warg? Those things are huge. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Can we see Helm's Deep from here? I don't think so. The Westfold. We're gonna go over this way. We'll go off the beaten path, I suppose. Nice little crick. I mean, Rohan is huge. Orcs everywhere! Ouch! Okay, now we can stay on the trail. Burning buildings over there. The Deeping Comb. Helm's Deep? You've come to Helm's Dyke at the mouth of the deep.
You are here to help us?
Gamling the Old. You've come to help us. I know not what help you can give, but I will turn none away. Things have gone ill for us.
I welcome all able folk, but I count your aid double.
The armies of Saruman assaulted the men at the fort of Eisen, and the survivors of the rout are scattered across the Westfold. No one seems to know where Erkenbrand might be found. He is the lord of the Hornburg during time of peace, and would make his way here if he could. Theoden King turned aside from the course and made for the deep when the size of Saruman's force became clear. His army is already on the march and will soon be here. I welcome all able folk willing to offer assistance, but I know you by reputation and count your aid double. Friends of yours already lend us what help they can. You will find them in the dike, throughout the deep, and at the Hornburg. Gimli.
Hail, friend. I
Hail.
knew that you would not miss this chance.
This dwarf had enough running and riding and talking. Now is the time for fighting, and quite a battle it is shaping up to be, too. The walls of the fortress seem very sturdy, and the men of the deep has never been taken by the enemy. The men say the deep has never been taken by an enemy. May it not be taken this time either, but I tell you true that I will be a mite disappointed if my axe sees little use. There are orcs next to hew, and I am just the dwarf to do it. I expect you will find Legolas atop the fortress wall. You prefer a nice long view of the approaching orcs, whereas I want to see their ugly faces up close. Okay, let's go find Legolas. Stables. Urkatel?
The Hornburg has never fallen. If fortune be with us, it never will.
This is the home of Erkenbrand, and none know what will become of him. Now the king will rely on the walls of the Hornburg and on the strong arms of his people. Will you help us defend the deep? Thurkatel smiles when you say that you will. The Hornburg has never fallen, and if fortune be with us, I will one day tell my children and theirs that it still has not, even many years hence. This night may be its gravest test, and ours. May we be found sufficient. Let me get on my horse. So this is Helm's Deep.
The tides of war bring you once again to the King's Shore, my friend.
No, this time I will not take your weapons or keep you from seeing Theoden. Now I am pleased you are here and hope that your skill in battle is as great as I am told. Darwin and I seek to reinforce the doors of this guardhouse, but it is to be hoped that the forces of Saruman do not get this far into the deep. Still, it is good to be prepared. You tell Hamma of your meeting with Leofirth in Brockbridge, and the doorward sighs heavily. Thank you for the news of my father. He has been in poor health for many years, but I am glad to know that he thinks of his son from time to time. He is often in my thoughts. If there is some measure of glory to be had in the hours ahead, I hope that it is my lot to make Leofirth proud.
We must hope Saruman's armies do not breach the dike. These doors will not hold long.
Okay. Find Legolas atop the Deeping Wall. Talk to Legolas and talk to Sigfirth.
These are desperate times for the Rohirrim. These are the times that prove the strength of our hearts, are they not?
We are well met, my new friend. These are the times that prove the strength of our hearts, are they not? We are lucky to live in such times for the opportunity to prove ourselves up to the task. Saruman's orcs will arrive at the dike, and if they are not defeated outright, they will push into the space before our walls. We will whittle down their numbers with arrows and with thrown spears, and they will shake their blades and gnash their teeth, and will have no choice but to turn away. The Hornburg has never been breached. It will not be breached tonight either.
You should ask the king if there is aught you can do.
We meet once more, my friend. If you seek battle, you have come to the right place, but if you seek a good rest or peaceful quiet, you should leave this ravine at once. The numbers reported by Theoden scouts can be trusted. This entire gorge will be filled with orcs before the moon is down. From here I will have a clear shot upon any foe that seeks to cross the flat plain before the Deeping Wall. Every arrow I loose will spell death for one of our enemies. But which will I fire first exhaust, my arrows or our foes? All of us will have our part to play during this coming night. Find Theoden and Eomer outside the keep. Talk to Theoden, talk to Eomer. Okay. Well, I will do that, but I'm going to do that in the next episode. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. We are at Helm's Deep, man. That's awesome. I'm really excited to see. I hope it's not just a, like, weird skirmish. But we'll find out. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Lord of the Rings online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye, everyone.